Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4 of Loose Buttons, the podcast where we talk about everything related to the Traitors new season, UK Season 4. Today we got the triple F. He's fiery, he's fabulous and he's fierce. So I want to welcome Brian aka Ginger. Hello Brian, how are you?
Hi, thanks. That was a good introduction, I like that.
So have you been watching the season 4 of the Traitors?
I am officially obsessed. So I'm obsessed with all things Traitors anyway, but this season's been fantastic.
And what do you think so far? How you things are playing up? Do you think, just before we start with the episode, do you think they chose the right Traitors?
Yes, absolutely. I think this definitely with Rachel, she was a definite pick for me. Stephen, on the other hand, I don't know if he's been...
But he's gorgeous, you can't deny it.
I mean, the moustache does it, but at the same time, God bless him, he looks so nervous constantly. So,
and so red.
Aye, so I think actually for Stephen's sake, it might have been better if he was a faithful.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, before we start with the episode, this is something that we ask all our guests. If you were the chance to play on the Traitors UK or any of the Traitors franchise, what would you like to be? Would you like to be a traitor? Or would you like to be a faithful, and why?
We've met each other a couple of times. What do you think I would be? You know for a fact I would be a traitor, don't you?
A faithfully traitor, yeah. What would be your strategy? What would be your game plan if you were a traitor?
Do you know, I think because I am so obsessed with this programme, there is absolutely no strategy to use because we've seen with a secret traitor, none of us knew who it was watching the TV. So there is no way you would know sitting in that castle. Yeah. So I think strategy is be you, and then if an opportunity presents itself by somebody getting something wrong or tripping themselves up, that's the strategy you go for.
Now, the next thing is, if you were to be the traitor for this season and you found out there was a secret traitor, what are your thoughts on that?
The traitor role is all about having the ultimate power, isn't it?
Correct.
So the fact that somebody's kind of taking that away from you, I don't know if I'd be quite excited by it. I'm a kind of person that kind of just like flies by the seat of my pants. So I would be excited by it, but deep down, I would be a wee bit raging.
Why would it make you upset? Because at the end of the day, you still got the power to murder. But not minded to choose them.
Yeah. As a traitor, you would start to come up with your own kind of strategy plan, wouldn't you? Like, I want to murder this person. I want to try and recruit this person if we get the opportunity, and then somebody else choosing for you takes all that power away from you. So I think the traitor aspect is to have the power, and they've not had that while there's been a secret traitor in the midst.
Do you think as a traitor it's better to go with your heart or with your brain?
Heart and head doesn't really come into it. Faithfuls are the heart, the traitors are the head, so it's ultimate battle of which
wins. So
you'd
be happy to murder all your friends
Absolutely.
in the
castle? Babe, I'd murder you right now in this couch if I was going to get further.
Boom, boom. So the twist of all twists, a secret traitor, and we found out on this episode that the secret traitor is Fiona.
Yep.
Do you guess that?
Love it. No, I never guessed it. My guess for the secret traitor was the Cockney guy, Adam. Adam never really got a lot of screen time, so I thought maybe because they weren't giving him a lot of screen time, he was the secret traitor, you know, like keeping him to the side a bit. So yeah, my guess was well off, but I was so glad it was her.
How do you feel about what they call the Celtic connection?
Yeah, I mean, I'm buzzing,
absolutely
obsessed. Absolutely.
Let's get rid of the English.
I mean, I'm sure there's historical beef that we need to sort out, but no, it's really good. And do you know, there's nothing better. I mean, I know obviously being Scottish, I should be totally in Stephen's corner, but absolutely love Rachel because that whole Irish vibe is the best.
Yeah. What do you think when she said to Rachel and Stephen, I've literally been doing the job for you too?
So good.
So
it's almost like your mum coming in and you haven't cleaned your room into it. She's just like, well, I've just done all your jobs for you. That's what, you two can't be trusted, so I'll do it myself.
While you think about the reaction of Stephen. Stephen is so like facial expression.
That boy is absolutely fantastic because I'm sure he is the most honest, gorgeous person ever. But my God, please don't. He better not commit any crimes because he's going to get caught like that. How they are missing some of his tells, or like I'm sure in the episode he makes a mistake at the round table. Like there's loads of things that you think as a viewer, oh my God, you look so guilty.
They chose the 9 people, and then we moved to the challenge. Obviously, you talk about that you really enjoy the challenges, and that's one of the reasons you would like to do the Traitors.
Absolutely.
So, what's been your favorite challenge?
This first challenge, you know, I'm just watching the the celebrity one in the US, and they've obviously mimicked what they've done in the UK a little bit. But I love the coffins in the loch. That's really good. Anything that's outdoorsy. I loved, the Trojan horse that was up there. I like anything like that, but I also love the challenges that are kind of a bit darker, when it's a bit spooky.
I think for me, because I like all the drama and the fashion, my favorite challenge was the one when Diane got murdered with the poison chalice.
Yeah, that's right. That's
whole,
good.
Going on the horse, everybody walking and crying and all that. That was like so gaggy. Obviously, the challenge was very interesting because they have to go into the woodlands and collect skulls. How do you think the pairs work out? You think it's a strategy between Jesse choosing Jack? Do you think the pairs that were between the ones that were in the cages and the one that were looking for the skulls, do you think there was a strategy there?
I don't know if it was that deep. I feel like the people who were like representing the people in the cages, I think it was just really who you felt sorry for. Because
she didn't want him.
She didn't want him.
Yeah,
clearly she never wanted to get him out of that cage.
We're going to that in a minute. Do you think like Stephen put into the possible murder mix was something that it was clever, or do you think it's been a bad game from him?
I think on the initial aspect of it, they have thought and talked themselves into it being quite clever. But not realising how the challenge is going to pan out, it was actually quite a silly move. And when we think about it, actually, was it really Stephen that done it?
No.
It was actually Rachel. So it's a bit like, this whole pact where I'll never put your name down. Yeah, not when you get 90 odd grand in that pot, babe. You'll put anybody's name down. And I don't think Fiona was wrong about Rachel's game plan. I think Fiona's just sussed her very, very quickly, and Rachel was definitely playing a game for herself.
We found out that poor Sam is the only person that nobody picks.
I know, bless.
So he has to sit in that cage. It's really cool. So poor Sam is sitting there. How would you feel if you were Sam?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would like to feel Sam. I mean, if I gave him a wee hug, I'm sure he would be much better in that cage. I think he'll be fine. Like, the thing is, he seems quite resilient. So I don't think for a minute that it really is actually getting to him.
Yeah.
He realises that he's quite a loud figure, quite a prominent figure maybe in the game. So I think a lot of the time he probably wouldn't get picked first, or he is suspected as a traitor. So I don't think it's bothering him.
So
but
you're saying that helps Sam's game towards
making
him be more faithful?
Absolutely, because he's more resilient than a lot of the others. So,
and then just bringing back to what you were saying earlier on. So obviously Fiona picks Reese as the pair.
So funny.
We didn't know where Fiona was.
I bet Reese was like that. Oh my God.
We didn't know where Fiona was. Then do you think it was a good idea for Reese to go and tell the other players to go and find Fiona?
I think
to give the skulls to them.
Genuinely in Reese's head he thought that was a great idea. But clearly it wasn't. In the castle, I can imagine it gets quite emotional quite quickly.
Yeah.
And you probably become really close to these people. So I think Reese has probably tried to be a bit of a martyr, not really realising he's messing his own game up.
I don't think it was a really good game, to be honest. Poor Reese. He's getting it right, left, and centre. Right, so before that, let's bring back to the idea that we had a morning banishment.
Yes, that was good.
That was scary.
That was good, I like that.
Didn't give a chance for them to talk to each other. And sadly, we say goodbye to Ross. How do you feel about another family connection there that...
I mean, I think they should all have family connections. I love the gag when it's like it comes out. However, this is probably one that I never expected.
Do you think Ellie's playing a good game, even though after she was called the blandest of them all? Straight
away, I think Ellie is probably far smarter than she's coming across so far on television. Yeah. I think she has a good read of the room.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is normally when people have jobs that you think are going to help them in this game, it really doesn't ever help them. It's almost like they don't use the skills that they already have. Amanda, has that really helped her?
Not really.
No, her job's not helped her. And then, did Hugo's job help him?
Not at all.
Nah. So, does it really matter?
I think the people with these jobs go with such a confidence that they think, because I'm going to be able to crack the game.
Absolutely.
And
crack the code.
That's what the game is so good. Mas.
I know, bless Mas.
Reese, Sam, and Stephen are the four that are up for murder.
Yep.
Do you think the right four people were up for murder?
Probably. I think Maz, they were kind of gunning for Maz beforehand. I don't know why, but it was just obviously definitely somebody to put up. Stephen was it part of that game plan that they maybe got wrong? and Reese had too much heat on him, and so did Sam not to put them up for murder, so it just made sense.
And how do you feel about, actually, by the way, one of the things that was really exciting and creepy at the same time was this guy with the axe walking around.
I loved them. See if I can't get on the Traitors to play the game. Can I just be one of the guys? I'd love
Same.
that.
But his eyes, do you
I
see
know.
that guy's eyes?
If I had time, my favourite job in October would to be a scare actor.
Yeah.
See if I could just dress up and just run about and scare folk. That would be fantastic. So see if I could get a job doing that, like, you know, just pacing back and forth with these cages and chopping a bit of rope. I would love it.
Oh my God.
I'd be
that's
obsessed.
funny. There you are. You hear it first, people. If you need somebody to
Exactly.
scare children around on Halloween,
That's me.
here's the person.
I'm there for it.
We go back to the tariff where, due to Stephen being in the cage, he couldn't make the decision.
Yep.
And Fiona kind of left it to Rachel to decide.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Rachel's decision was on benefit to Stephen or was on benefit to herself?
But I don't think it was in benefit of Stephen, because when you think Rachel has already seen that he had so much heat on him, so yeah, I don't think she's
And I
helped
think
the
killing
situation.
Mass, who everybody was
Kind of loved.
99% sure that he was
Was a faithful, yeah.
So it's a bit silly. If I was a traitor, I would like to do all the murders face
Oh,
to
I
face.
love that.
Because I want to see the shock factor.
But it's also the drama, isn't it? Do you know,
Yeah.
just love the drama that's like the whole, and even you could see each traitor totally played up to the character. Even Stephen, who's like probably the nicest
I know, he was
person,
like-
he was just like straight faced, like acted the traitor. Rachel was obsessed.
To be fair, just bringing back to what happened in the previous season, I think for me one of the favorite ones, and the gag was Fozia telling Linda, you next! That for me. I wanted Mass to say to Stephen,
So good.
girl, you next, you're in
That's
danger.
right, I
You're in
remember that.
danger." So we get back to the tariff. I think Fiona's already suspecting the fact that Rachel is really
Absolutely.
throwing Stephen under the bus. So the first person to get safe in the cages is Sam.
Yep.
The second person, Stephen, and lastly is Reese.
Yep. I don't know. I definitely was on. I was on edge. I did think that it could have been Reese
Yeah.
who would have stayed in the cage, but
Do you think Reese felt relief, or do you think Reese was just like, oh, here we go again?
I don't know if it was then or if it was just slightly later in the game, like that day, that he's kind of thought to himself, oh, I think people might start believing me now.
I think this season we have seen the most where people have been like fully targeted, not just by
Absolutely.
one or two people. Rose was one of those people.
Yeah.
Reese is one of those people, and now I think people are now moving towards Jade for some particular reason.
But what else do you do? Like, the simple fact of the game is that not only do you have to get the traitors out, but you need to get faithfuls out. Because if you want to win it, as a faithful, you want to narrow down those numbers as much as possible. It's great sharing the money with 2 people, 3 people,
Yeah,
but if you need to share it with 20 folk, it's not going to be the same, you know,
not
so
great.
you need to get them out.
Following morning, people find out that Mass is being murdered.
I know, bless.
Sad, very sad.
Gone.
And one of the crazy things about this is that Jessie still got that theory that it's Stephen.
But she's right.
And she's going for it, and she's like, it's Stephen. And then we found out that Reese is the last person to walk towards breakfast. Do you think people still think Reese as a traitor, sorry?
No, I think what was definitely the thing was that he's solidified his place as
a
a faithful, absolutely. And then you've got Jesse with this theory who is like a dog with a bone, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And it's funny when you see them question themselves because they're like, "Am I going down the right road? But she's absolutely right. Like she's not been wrong once.
What do you think about episode 5 challenge, which it was the skulls and burn the shields?
I mean, I think the burn the shields thing was cool, innit? It was a bit of drama.
Yeah.
And we actually were watching it, me and my husband Tony, we were watching and we thought some of those beasts in the back garden would look amazing, wouldn't they? what great garden ornaments. I'm well up for one of them. Aye.
Absolutely.
But I loved the drama of it. And I don't know, there's quite a lot of them that took it quite far, didn't they? With the spearing and the screaming. I loved it.
Reese once again sacrificed himself. He walks with a spear and goes and
does his own shield, I know. But again, I think maybe that was part of his strategy, if you want to call it that. Like, I think he was trying to prove to people that he was such a faithful.
Or do we think he's just fed up and he's like, you know what?
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I don't want a shield.
Spin the wheel,
Vote me out.
Spin the wheel. So, obviously, Reese put himself once again out for murder. And then we move to the round table.
Kind of backfired, didn't it?
Which was insane. We have never seen that in the UK. We see it in Celebrity Traitors.
Yeah,
UK.
Celebrity Traitors.
where they cannot make out the mind.
Yep.
And it goes to the hands of faith, as Claudia said. How would you feel in that situation?
I think that's worse. I think if you're a faithful or a traitor and you are being banished, I think you would want it to be a group decision, because then at least it's a decision that you can live with. Whereas if it's a decision of fate, it's like the toss of a coin, the grab of a chest, I think it's just a bit like, that could have not been me, you know? So I feel like that kind of sucks a wee bit for them. But
And what do you think about when Jesse said to the table, I don't think any of them are traitors, but I'm going to vote still for Amanda?
But was he forced at that point to be?
Yeah, because he was just
so that kind of sucks. So I suppose at that point you're like, well, I've got to do one or the other. So
going back to what you said about Reese being a faithful, I think that for me that was a sign when I realized. Yeah, I think people realize now that he's a faithful.
His reaction, you'd have had to have been a really good actor to do that reaction. So I think his reaction has cemented the fact that he was absolutely a faithful.
Yeah, and then obviously, prior to the round table, we found out that Amanda goes to the one and only best traitor of all them all, Rachel.
Such a good detective, Amanda, isn't she?
God. He gives hope to the Met Police in this country.
Exactly. No wonder she's retired.
But then she confessed to Rachel that she's a detective, and Rachel is playing out there that, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Would you, if you were Amanda, even though you're under pressure, under heat, would you still reveal your real identity?
I think she genuinely felt close to Rachel, so I think that she thought she was probably going out anyway. So, because I think she knew what she was going to do at the round table, so it was maybe in case it backfired, which it obviously did. The only thing I would say is I don't think if you were going in with not disclosing what your job was, I don't think I would have disclosed it at any point. I'd have waited until the game was over, then I would have done it. Nah, for me, I wouldn't disclose anything.
If you were to play the game, would you hide your identity, or would you just literally say, like, this is who I am?
Well, I don't think I would do so obviously hairdresser own salons, that's fine. I would tell them that part of me. Would I tell them that I'm comfortable on stage presenting either seriously, like 2 hairdressers and doing presentations and stage work, or would I tell them that I'm also an alter ego and I have a drag persona? Because that could be construed as he's very good at turning things on and off, or hiding identity or whatever. So I don't know if I would give the whole thing away. I think I'd keep a little bit of it a secret.
Good. So you wouldn't be like we've seen in the season of America where we have drag queen Monet.
Monet's there.
So we found out that obviously, sadly, Amanda is being vanished, and she obviously reveals that she's a faithful, and people are gagged. And Jade was one of those people that Jade was like, I really thought it was Amanda.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that shows you could be like 100% convinced that it's a traitor, but you never know. Then we move to one of the best gags that we have seen in the Traitors.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
How do you feel? And would you have done it, by the way? If you were Rachel, would you go to the team and the other contestants and said to them, oh, by the way, Amanda confessed this to me? Would you have done that?
No, because even the 2 traitors, this is why Fiona reacted the way she reacted. If Rachel had held on to that information, told the information in the turret, she would never have got that reaction. I think it was because it looked, and Fiona was right, it looked like, oh, well, this is information that I can use to make myself go further. So I think how Rachel described it was that she was telling the group because some of the other people had because of Jade and Sam. So therefore it would force the group to kind of look at them more, because Amanda, the detective, who was wrong, by the way, constantly, had been looking at them. That could have been kept. That could have been kept for the meeting, and then that could have been the reveal later on. So I think Rachel maybe didn't play it right, but as we know, Fiona never reacted properly either.
I don't know how it's going to play out, but obviously we're going to find out that obviously Jade and Sam are faithfuls.
Absolutely.
So Rachel, in a way, has shot herself in the foot.
Yeah.
Because once the faithfuls find out that both of them are faithfuls, they're going to vote for Rachel. So that's limiting her possibility and the chances to win.
The only thing she's got on that, though, is she can just say, I was really close to Amanda. That's what she told me, and I just ran with it. I thought that would be a great that was a great thing. We had to look at it, but I made a mistake. You know, she'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'll be like, no, girl, you made me vote for two people that favors. Bye, Felicia.
You'll be good at that. Like, you see, you're already ruthless.
Like, but the thing with me, the thing is, like, I don't hold grudges, but like, if you do me dirty, that's it. There's no.
You can forgive, but you can't forget.
Absolutely. Then obviously, Rachel is telling everybody, and then Fiona is like, "What the hell is she doing?" And it's fair what Fiona said. To be honest, if you think about it, Rachel has not defended Stephen even once.
Not once. Like, Fiona is absolutely right. Like, there has been no action from Rachel to defend Stephen, but you do also understand Rachel's point of view. Like, you know, she's not going to go all hard and defend Stephen because that'll look really obvious. However, there's never just been a wee like, oh, I don't think it's Stephen, or I think maybe once there was in a car, but that's it. Whereas Fiona has deliberately said, oh, I'm definitely not on Stephen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think what you say before, and Fiona has said, I think Rachel is playing her own game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Which then it brought us to Fiona walking into the kitchen and saying, Rachel, you know, like when you'd have been a naughty child and you're like, excuse me, could you come and talk to me? That was not very clever, was it, from Fiona?
No. Do you know what it was? I think Fiona's emotions got the best of her.
Yeah.
I think she thought she was closer to Amanda than what she was. And I think it was a case of, why did she tell you, not tell me?
Correct.
So it was a little bit childish, playgroundy, and I think emotions got the best of her. And because again, that conversation could have been kept for the turret. She was going to see Rachel anyway, so instead I think she exploded a bit, and then she kind of tried to palm it off as, I've dropped a grenade, it's going to be really good, it'll work in my favour. And it's like, girl, you know you've made a mistake.
Big mistake, because so far she's been like really friendly and bubbly and quiet, and suddenly it's like
this sudden switch in behaviour is going to get anybody's back up.
I don't know if you noticed this, but everybody stayed in the kitchen apart from Stephen. Stephen have to walk away from the kitchen. Do you think that was a good move from Stephen?
No, there's another thing that nobody's clocked. Do you know, you're absolutely right. And at the time when I was watching it, I thought, why has he done that? Because that's going to look like, my two friends who I'm really close to in the castle are now fighting. Why are you so close to them? Because we hang about in the turret every night. So yeah, like, but nobody's clocked on.
Yeah.
Nobody's clocked on.
Apart from Harriet. I don't know if you know.
She noticed it.
Harriet was just like, I think it's traitor and traitor between
She's
Rachel
a traitor genius, isn't she?
And then she's thinking Stephen walked out because obviously...
I think Harriet the barrister is going to have to come out of retirement after the Traitors, because everybody is going to want her to represent them in court, like, because she's so good.
Absolutely. And then obviously coming to the end of the episode, and how do you think things are going to play out in that turret when Fiona, Rachel, and Stephen are going to meet?
It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I think they'll be fine. I think Rachel's probably going to be frostier than Fiona. I think Fiona will try better to kind of play it off and laugh, haha, like. But I mean, it's traitor against traitor now, isn't it? That's literally all it can be. There's no other way of coming back from it. And poor Stephen, I think, is caught in the crossfire.
I was gonna say, do you think we're gonna see more of Stephen's faces? He should have been like in Home Alone. All his faces are like, like, come on.
But to be fair, this could work in his favour, because if those two take each other down,
that's it.
He's scot-free
from the suspicion.
Yeah. And
just before we finish here, so what are your predictions? Who do you think is going to win this year? Faithfuls or Traitors?
Do you know, I knew you were going to ask me that. I genuinely want Rachel to win.
Oh, really?
I think just because she's put so much effort in it. Did you hear she went to like FBI training, she said, or something? And I think, do you know what? Good on you. You've came in, you're prepared. You've kind of got a game plan, of which I don't know what is, but I like her.
Yeah.
And I think she's playing the game the right way. Absolutely. If we flip it on the other side, if it is the Faithfuls that win, I'd love Jessie to win. Because she's pure cute.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed. Please tune in next week to watch the next episode and continue to watching The Traitors. You never know. We might see you in the next season of The Traitors.
I would love to. When I get any time, I don't know, but I would love to be there at some point.
Yeah,
so
I think you'll be amazing. I think it will be such a laugh.
Any excuse to put a wetsuit on and just carry coffins out a loch, I'm there.
I hang around with all these people in the castle. No, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Where can people find you as Ginger? What's your socials?
Get me on Instagram. It's roar_ginger. And everything will take you from there. So if you want to find anything about Roar Salons out, then you can check it out there. And if you want to come see me as drag super clown Ginger Rogers all of the dates and stuff will be there as well.
And let's not forget that we want you booked for the Halloween.
Absolutely,
Scaring people.
aye. If anybody wants to book me as a scare actor, I'll do my own makeup
Please
and
do.
chase people about
I think
anything.
it would be hilarious. I think it would be hilarious. I will pay money for that to see you scaring shit out of that.
That's what I just do with drag, to be fair. I'm just just a scary clown.
But no, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
Thank you so
me.
much everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week.